Sean Diddy Combs' verdict has just been released. Let's talk about it. All right, here, as you can see here, it says we have a mixed verdict. A mixed verdict means that, when the jurors don't agree on everything, on all the charges that they've been asked to look at, so that means they rule one way on one charge, another way on another charge. So here it says we have a mixed verdict, and it says jurors in Sean Diddy Combs' federal criminal trial acquitted him of the most serious charge of racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking, but found him guilty on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. Now, you guys, obviously I'm going to ask you, what do you guys think about this? But, the racketeering conspiracy charge, I've already explained that, and then in the other videos, I've already explained actually all these charges, and I went through them all. And as you can see here, that the prosecution they decided to have a tough go at it, right, with the racketeering conspiracy, and a lot of people are still confused about that. And since a lot of attorneys and lay people get that law confused, it was incumbent upon the feds, the prosecution in this case, to really break that law down to where it could be as simple as possible so that the jury can understand. And, it looks like from what the jury understood from the closing arguments of the prosecution that they did not find him having a criminal enterprise, or maybe they don't have him. Maybe they did find a criminal enterprise, but perhaps they didn't see, I don't know, the 2 predicate felonies of the RICO, which that probably wouldn't make sense. I think it'll be more of the latter of what I just stated, that they probably didn't see that Sean was involved in a criminal enterprise, because with the prostitution count, they found him guilty on 2 counts of that. Now, prostitution is also a predicate offense for the RICO, so they only needed 1 more. And clearly you have 1 more if they sent notes back to the judge, say, hey, what about the drug trafficking? Can you give somebody drugs? If they ask for, is that considered drug trafficking? They had those type of questions. The only thing that I can think of why the jury may have came to the conclusion that they came to is that they probably did not see that Diddy was involved in a criminal enterprise. So that's probably why they didn't say, nah, we're going to acquit him on the racketeering conspiracy. As far as the sex trafficking goes, that goes for force, fraud, or coercion. Well, when you force somebody or coerce them to have sex with somebody else, and all you need to do that is 1 time to be convicted of that. The jury didn't see it. The jury didn't see it clearly from either one of the victims. They didn't see it. However, the jury did see the prostitutes being flown across state lines, of which they found him guilty of 2 counts. And it shows right here that since he has been found guilty of that, the sentencing for being found guilty to be in transportation to engage in prostitution, Combs could possibly receive a prison sentence up to 20 years. The maximum is 10 years for each transportation counts. If he had been found guilty of any other counts, the 55-year-old could have faced life in prison. But since he wasn't, now he's only found guilty of the transportation to engage in prostitution. The maximum for each count is 10 years each, but there is no minimum. That's the key. There is no minimum. So the judge could say, he's been there since September of last year, so almost a year. The judge could say, time served. It's also important to note that Diddy's lawyers are asking the judge to release Diddy until the sentencing hearing. The sentencing hearing date has not been scheduled. Whenever you're convicted, they have a sentencing hearing afterwards, right? Not the same day. They normally have it months afterwards. So it says here that the judge says he'll make his decision on Combs' possible release after the lawyers submit letters. Judge Aram Subramanian asked the defense attorneys and the prosecutors to submit letters on their positions about the possibility of releasing Sean Diddy Combs, and the letters are due by 1 p.m. and the judge will make a decision afterwards. So the judge could possibly, after he received these letters from both parties, both lawyers, both sides, he could say, hey, we can let Diddy go today, and then have him come back for the sentencing hearing, and then let him go back into custody to see how much time we're going to give him. But if the judge says, nah, we don't want, it's up to the judge We don't know. We'll see. But now I want to hear from you. You've heard all this Diddy case. You've heard all the charges. You've heard everything. You've heard all the evidence that was put on. Did the jury get it right, in your opinion? What do you think? I want to hear from you. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's talk about it. It's your brother, Attorney Jeff.